Hello everybody, it's Valerie Greenwell and welcome to Quilt Artistry. Today I'm going to be working with concatenating patterns. Concatenating patterns are a set or a series of edge-to-edge patterns that all work together as one. So instead of having one single pattern that repeats across the face of the quilt, you've got multiple patterns that all seem to work together. And so I like to call these custom edge-to-edge patterns because you really get a lot more variety in the quilt than you do with just a single edge-to-edge. Now, today's pattern set that I'll be working with is the Sweet Dreams Quilt Studio Ocean Pano series. There are 6 different patterns in this set, and they all just work together perfectly. So let me get the camera turned around, and I'll show you how I do a basic setup and show you how all of these patterns look when they are concatenating across the screen. Okay, so I have all of my patterns pulled up on screen here, and this is the Ocean Pano series by Sweet Dreams. There are 6 different patterns in this set, and they all have this water wave in the background, and then each one has kind of different elements within each pattern. So this one has anchors, and then this one is a mermaid with some seaweed back there in the background, and then we've got some mixed seashells, a lighthouse, and some seagulls. More seashells, but this one is a little bit different because we have a nautilus shell and a starfish. And then the last one is seahorses and some seaweed. And so all of these patterns are going to work together beautifully. It's just a really fun series to work with. Okay, so in order to do a basic setup on screen, we're going to select our patterns in the order that we want them to appear on the face of the quilt. So if the very first pattern that I want to appear is this mermaid, that's going to be the very first one that I select. Now, before you select any other patterns, you hold down the Control key, and then we can start adding in the rest of these patterns in the order that we want to see them on the quilt. So now I have all 6 patterns selected, and I'm going to set this up for a simple repeat patterns, and we're just going to click a spot here. Now I'm going to go here, and I'm going to change the size of this quilt to 90 by 100. Okay, now that puts a nice little repeat on the screen. I don't want to see this tracking here where I see all of the patterns exactly the same down the quilt. So I'm going to change this. We're going to do maybe a 4x5 repeat. That changes things up a little bit. And let's see here. Let's set that negative vertical spacing to about I'm going to say a 1.5, a negative 1.5. Okay, now, okay, that might be a little bit much. We'll give a little bit of positive space there. And let's see here. There we go. Now, this gives us a really nice setup. I don't really see a lot of the tracking here. What I don't want to see is I don't want to see the very same pattern running in a diagonal, and I don't want to see the exact same patterns in each row as I move down. So I try to spread those out a little bit, so that so that the patterns just simply are not quite the same. And you can play around with your settings to see what you like better. just to see what you think looks good. And when you can do this in edge-to-edge mode, or you can do this in repeat patterns. It's really just about whatever you like, and what gives you the look that you are looking for. My customers, they really seem to love these concatenating pattern sets because it looks so much more custom than an edge-to-edge, a simple edge-to-edge, but it's still an edge-to-edge price. So they get a little bit more variety, a little more custom patterns without a lot of extra cost. And Sweet Dreams Quilt Studio has a fantastic collection of concatenating patterns in a variety of themes. And I use these quite frequently. So that is my little blurb on concatenating patterns. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask.